I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, freak show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome to the underground, hardcore, edgy podcast that you all know and love, west of nowhere. I'm Levi.
And I'm Shane.
Yeah. And we have officially been censored. That's right. We got our video taken down off of YouTube because apparently we're spreading COVID misinformation, which I didn't know we were doing that, but I guarantee if you asked anybody that I work with, they'd be saying that I'm just regurgitating everything that the fucking media is saying. So,
I promise
jokes on
you,
us.
I promise you, YouTube didn't listen to a fucking single thing. You tagged,
100%.
you tagged COVID-19 in the fucking thing for whatever reason, and they were like, misinformation. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Because I went back and listened to most of the episode and can't figure out where we said something that was inflammatory.
No.
So
Yeah, like, I mean, like, all of the ridiculous stuff was not even COVID related. It was like Skynet-ish. So now I know not to fucking tag COVID on anything. Jesus Christ.
Well, the only thing I can think of is that we were talking about the microchips and how they could use that for COVID-19 vaccination thing. But they literally, if you go look that up, they talk about...
Yeah, that's all the articles say.
Yeah,
that.
the
Like,
article's
it's not-
talking about putting all your information on a chip that they can be scanned. So what are we saying what are we lying about? Like,
Yeah.
it's...
And I even, like, directly, like, as soon as we we said that, I, like, left turned. It's like, this is what they're saying, but also I think that it could be weirder. And I guess that's not in their cup of tea. But
You know, you got to start tagging from now on. You got to start tagging like comedy or like satire,
sure.
like something to say that just because, like, obviously, if you believe shit we're saying, you need help.
Yep, 100%.
I feel like most of the time it's pretty obvious that we're trying to be funny and we're not being serious.
Yeah, I need to do what Fox News does with their shows, because all their shows are technically entertainment. They're not actually news.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So, because if they listed it as news, they would get sued a whole bunch. More than they already do, I suppose. But like a lot of their shows, like not every single show does that, but like Bill O'Reilly is one of the big ones, who is technically just an entertainment show. Sean Hannity shows, technically entertainment. Fox and Friends, their fucking morning show with that Steve Ducey fuckhead. Those are entertainment shows. They do have like actual news segments and shit, but like the ones that are like blocked for multiple hours, those are not news broadcasts. Those are entertainment shows with news segments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how they get around saying some stupid shit.
All right. Well, if this is the first episode you've ever seen, you're like, I like watching stuff on YouTube. Well, last week's episode got taken down because we supposedly said negative things about COVID. And if you go back and listen to any of our episodes, we don't ever say anything negative. We make jokes. So whoever reported us, you're an asshole.
I feel like it's just the algorithm, especially if I fucking
Just in case.
tagged it.
Just in case.
You know what I mean? Well, yeah, if you did, we don't want you to come to our birthday party. So,
Speaking of people we do want at our birthday party,
I knew that's how you're gonna do that.
Adam Pacino, we want to thank.
Set you up.
Knock it out of the park. We want to thank Adam
Yup.
Pacino, Tony Burgess, Miles Glenn, Sam Norton, Colby Jordan, Jade Birch, Natalie Tacarante, Mark Stadler, and Colton Coke Can Noise.
Oh, like, are you talking about the noise that people make when they're
Like the
Oh, when you open it? Oh, got it. I didn't know if you were talking about that noise or the noise when people like bend up a can and then they put it in their mouth and make it sound like it's a dirt bike.
I didn't know that was a thing. Not in their
You never
mouth.
seen
I've
that?
seen people bend it around a tire on your bike. It fucking destroys your tire, but it does the same thing.
Well, yeah, no, you can like bend it and then they like look like they're sucking the can off, but
Oh, nice.
they put it in their mouth and then they like breathe into it, and the reverberations off of the crunched part, because it's crunched so thin together, it echoes and it makes it sound like a dirt bike or like a riced up car, basically.
You can't say that.
Oh, you know what's funny? As soon as that left my lips, I was like, "Fuck, I don't know if you're allowed to say that." Oh man, whoops. That's all right.
This episode will get taken down too. Don't worry.
Probably. Just tag it rice cars. They're gonna be like, Jesus Christ, these guys are out of control.
That's a strike. Fuck your strikes.
Oh man. What did you do for the holidays? The half of the holidays that have gone back past.
Just hung out with Nat's family close by.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna take a trip to Pennsylvania this coming weekend to spend New Year's up there in the old Berg.
And the old bird.
In the
huh?
Berg.
Damn.
Where they say things like yins instead of y'all.
What?
They say yin.
Don't like that.
So yeah, so instead of saying y'all, they say yins.
Mm.
And it just
Are yins gonna come get some
yep.
pie?
Yeah.
Ugh. No.
It's terrible.
Yeah. There's a reason why Pittsburgh is called Pittsburgh.
Oh,
you know?
is that why?
Nobody wants to go there. That's why.
I didn't know that.
They say yins and shit. The only thing cool to come out of Pittsburgh is Wiz Khalifa. You know?
Dude, I learned that's part of the Appalachian. The Appalachian, the old Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachian Actions?
That Pittsburgh is part of the Appalachians. I didn't know that.
I didn't know they had mountains in Pittsburgh.
I don't think they do, but I heard it on that podcast we both like.
On Time Suck.
Time Suck.
So I'm so far back in the catalog that I haven't listened to any of the new episodes in a while. So,
oh wow,
like every now and then my phone will be like, "All right, here's your next episode," and it's a new one. I'm like, "You're killing me. This is not the order we agreed upon." Then I'll just fucking listen to it just to, appease it. But yeah, old Appalachian. So I didn't do anything crazy for Christmas. I went to my buddy's family's house, and he didn't even show up because he was worried about snow. So I was just hanging out with his family by myself. I brought my dog, but so we're just chilling. I was like, okay, this is normal. This is normal. I mean, they're all super cool, but it was just kind of weird because like the only reason that I had ever been there before, he wasn't there. So now I'm just like on my own with these people, and they're all cool, but it was just still kind of weird,
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a brick for Christmas, so.
Oh, I got a bottle of Basil Hayden toast and a bottle of Russell Reserve 10-year.
Did you just say you got a bottle of toast?
No, so okay, Basil Hayden is a bourbon. All right.
Okay.
And then they just released this it's called Basil Hayden toast. It's like
like a toast of your drink.
yeah.
Or they toasted it.
I think they toasted it, but they didn't say
Did
they
they
didn't
put
call
it
it
in-
toasted. They just said toast. They should have said it should be Basil Hayden toasted. That'd make more sense.
Oh, yeah, because then I would understand
Yeah.
which toast they mean.
Yeah, toasted.
Because when you're drinking, it could mean so many things.
Right.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, maybe? Maybe there's shrimp tails in there? How am I supposed to know?
But yeah, essentially it just means it's double barreled.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Just in case one breaks down or what?
For flavor, it adds like a different flavor to it.
Yeah. I just had to buy some lemon whiskey for my brother today. So apparently it's really good. I'll give you some reviews after I drink it, but I'm going up there on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
And it's made in Nebraska, so obviously he can't fucking get it. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll bring it up.
Well,
He's like, get 4 bottles. I was like, Jesus.
we'll get 5 bottles and send me one.
Just, can you mail whiskey?
I don't know. I don't think you can. I don't think you're supposed to,
Yeah.
but people do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they check interstate mail. I think they only check international mail. So,
Well,
worst that could happen, they'll be like, "Hey, man, you can't mail that," and I'll be like, "Ah, okay."
yeah, I got.
Or if they don't say anything, then I can start sending so many drugs.
Oh,
JK.
rough. But I've been amassing quite the bourbon collection as of late.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got Long Branch, which is made by Wild Turkey, really good.
Ooh.
1792. I got Maker's Mark Cask Strength, which I've learned a lot about bourbon lately, and I know I'm derailing the whole show.
Yeah.
But
No, go ahead.
like cask strength just means when you look at the bottle, like cask strength or barrel proof just means it's all from one barrel.
Ooh.
Yeah. Small batch is bullshit when you see that on a bottle. Because there's nothing legally defining what a small batch is, so
Yeah.
they could take it from 2 barrels or 200 barrels out of an entire batch. So there's no like legal. They just throw it on there so you think it's special,
Yeah. Using fancy words to confuse people.
right? Woodford Reserve, Eagle Rare, Evan Williams Single Barrel, Jefferson's, John J. Bowman, Buffalo Trace, and then of course the Basil Hayden Toasted I talked about, and the Russell's Reserve 10-year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
What?
I was laughing,
Oh, fuck, I was gonna say something that I forgot.
of course.
Oh, there's a Time Suck episode about John Jameson's the
Yep.
name. Have you listened to that one?
Yeah, yeah.
About his grandson or whatever.
Yeah, being like
I learned a lot about whiskey in that episode. It
And-
was pretty interesting.
yeah, and that was not even. There's a really good documentary on Hulu right now called Neat.
Neat.
Yeah, the history. It's called Neat: The History of Bourbon or the Story of Bourbon.
As in without ice cubes.
Yeah, as in without ice cubes. Yep. And they really go like deep into like
Balls deep.
bourbon.
Yeah.
Just period bourbon, like America's whiskey.
America whiskey. Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, that's exciting. I don't have any kind of cool infatuations like that. Well, I do, but I don't. It's not like as easily accessible as whiskey is. Like, I could talk about like different types of guitars and stuff, but like those are like, multiple hundreds of dollars, and it's a lot cheaper to just go buy some whiskey and drink it, or share it with your friends.
Yeah.
I can't buy my friends a $500 guitar. That'd be cool, but maybe one day.
Yeah, to take it from I found a show on YouTube called the Mash and Drum, and all he does is review bourbons and everything. And something he says at the end of every episode is it's not about the bourbon, it's about the people you drink it with.
Yeah. Oh,
And I was like, I like
true.
that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Team bonding. Yeah.
Alcohol.
You know who knew a lot about team bonding?
Who did?
John Madden.
John
he
Madden. What do you do?
Died.
When?
Today.
Today?
Is that a sick fucking transition or what?
God.
Yeah. John Madden passed away today at 85 years old, which is a lot. Especially for a hefty gentleman such as himself.
You better watch out.
Okay.
Or we should watch out.
Yeah, I know.
We're hefty gentlemen.
I know. He played for the Eagles, which I didn't know. He This is when they didn't have 7-round drafts. He was drafted in round 21. Yeah, which is like barely anything, I feel like. But he only played for the practice squad, and then he quickly transitioned to be an assistant coach. And then made his way up to the head coach of the Oakland Raiders.
Dude,
And
imagine, I mean, nothing against him, but imagine being like so bad at football. I guess he's good enough to get drafted, right? Like at least on the practice
Yeah.
squad, but at the same time, You were
Well,
just
this is practice squad in 1958, though.
yeah.
We could make those teams right now.
Dude. Get the time machine ready.
So check this out. Like, he only won one Super Bowl, but he was only coach for 9 years, head coach for 9 years, right? So he won one Super Bowl, and I think he played in multiple, or he coached in multiple, but his win-loss record is ridiculous. 103 to 32 to 7. Yeah, because it's a 76% win record. Like, it's insane.
I was just about to ask like how he got fucking video games named after him.
Yeah, it's shit like that. And the only reason why he really stopped is because he had a fear of flying. They had to take buses everywhere. And that was like just a fucking drain on him. And he's like, you know what? This isn't it. And so he started commentating in 1979 for CBS Sports. But yeah, he coached all of his years at Oakland. He never had a losing record. In his, what was it, 7th year is when they won the Super Bowl. Every year except for his 3rd and his last year, they made it to the playoffs. So, pretty fucking consistent.
Yeah.
Even his first year. I mean, they lost they lost in the AFL championship in 1969. Like, they made it to a fucking championship
Yeah.
in his first year. So, yeah, and he obviously made most of his notoriety for the younger generations, the name branding of the Madden NFL football games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, crazy. 16-time Emmy Award winner for broadcasting,
Dude,
which is ridiculous.
when do you think they'll swap over from calling the games Maddens whatever to calling them like Belichick's?
I don't think they will.
Oh.
I don't think Belichick likes to brand himself like that, and I'll tell you why. If you buy a copy of Madden, any of the last 5 years, and you play as the Patriots, you'll see that a coach who is not Bill Belichick is standing on the sidelines because he never puts his likeness in the game.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I don't think he'd ever do something like that.
Because like
he has the pull where he could because of how many Super Bowl
yeah.
champions he's won, but like he probably won't do it. So
Rough.
maybe Brady, maybe one day, but I wish they had more NFL games instead of just the one. Like in 2005 was the last year they had ESPN had one. It was a 2K football game,
Yeah.
which 2K is now only basketball. But back then 2K had a version of every sport game. Basketball, football, baseball. And the football game was fucking insane. And Madden was like, yo. Or EA was like, yo, these guys are going to fucking demolish us. So they signed an exclusivity deal with the NFL. So then they were the only game that could come out. EA could make them. And I'm like, fuck, dude. It was so good. Like, I still play it every now and then. Like, that's how good it is. And I play it. It's on the original Xbox disc, and I put it on my 360, and it looks, I mean, not great in comparison. But, like, if you play another game from 2006 next to it, it's insane how good it is.
Yeah. Dude, imagine if they just like went and changed all the team names just slightly, right? And then they went and they took all the people's same names. So instead of like Russell Wilson, it was like, I don't know, Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Oh yeah, something crazy. Just like barely swapped the names on shit and like made the colors like almost the same and like put them in like almost the same, like instead of Seattle, like put it in fucking Oak Harbor or some dumb shit. Like in the same state and everything, just to like get around that. And then cause like you can't control if someone puts out a football game. As long as they don't use any of the trademark things from the NFL, they could totally get away with it and it'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, like one of the cooler things that I remember was like there was NFL Blitz games.
Yeah.
It's just so ridiculous. You have a team of robots playing the Browns. Like it's so ridiculous. Oh man. Those games are fun as fuck. I watched a video the other day and it was a guy who was playing. He was trying to score a touchdown in every Madden football game.
Yeah.
So he had to like download emulators and shit for the old ones. And it's just insane how like the progression of it, like growing up playing these games, you're like, oh yeah, man, that's fucking crazy. Like that looks so cool. And then like playing them now, you're like, bro, this is dog shit. Like it's so insane, and it's not even that long ago. Like, within our lifetime, basically, it's like how it's wild. But anyway, John Madden, R.I.P. His name will live on because they're gonna make a game every year because that's what they do, and barely change anything.
Mm-hmm.
So probably get flagged for misinformation about the EA Sports games, but it's fine. Fuck them. Have you ever heard of Habitat for Humanity?
I have. They build homes
Yeah.
for less fortunate people.
Yep. So a family in Virginia received keys to their new 3D printed Habitat for Humanity home.
What?
It's the first 3D printed home in the nation. Or it's Habitat for Humanity's first 3D printed home. It's 1,200 square foot home, has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and built from concrete. Which, I mean, if you're gonna 3D print it out of concrete, isn't it just a fucking concrete building?
I mean, if you think about it, that's probably that house probably isn't going to go anywhere for a very long time.
Yeah, true. I just don't understand how they differentiate how it's 3D print. Like, I want to see this process.
It's
now.
probably like this.
How do you?
It's probably like this massive fucking like whole warehouse
3D printer?
machine. Yeah, that just
Yeah.
fucking.
Because I'm imagining like the ones the little guys have on YouTube where it's like just sits on their desk, and it's just like, yo, they fucking made a house out of that thing, like Lego style. Like, what's going on?
But it had to have taken like a year to print, right?
I'm trying to find anything. It doesn't really say how long it took. It just says it just talks about the length of time for the people who like signed up for it, how long it took them to get it. Oh, the technology allowed the home to be built in just 12 hours. Oh, what?
What?
I'm assuming it's like the structure itself. There's no way they had it like wired and shit in that time, but but still, I mean, you could get the skeleton up of a house in 12 hours. That's fucking insane.
I feel like that's not any faster. Like if it's just like the framework of the house, then
Well, think about it. You got to lay concrete, then you got to put up the frame, got to put up your fucking trusses,
yeah.
and then I mean, that's like
Well, with the
this says
go ahead.
it just says the technology allowed the home to be built in just 12 hours, which saves about 4 weeks of construction time for a typical home, which I'm assuming they're averaging on the high end, but still, I mean, I've never seen, like, when I worked at Sherwin-Williams and we'd be dropping off paint at new construction, there's no houses that ever got built in a day, ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
fucking Rome wasn't even built in a day, bro. But still, that's so stupid. But this is fucking pretty cool.
Yeah.
I do want to watch a video of them doing like this specific thing because I feel like it'd be really interesting. But it's fuck 12 hours, dude. I know those Habitat for Humanity houses are like, I mean, they're not like trash houses, but they do go up pretty quickly usually because there's like a fuck ton of people.
Well, yeah, because everyone's
Volunteer.
volunteer work. Yeah.
Get Jimmy Carter's old ass out there hammering nails in and shit. He's like fucking 900 years old, looking like a goblin making houses. I thought that was cool. I've decided to pick a lot of stories that I thought were cool because it's the end of the year. I don't want to fucking be depressing. Except for the John Madden thing, but can't get around that.
Yeah. Well, if you're wanting to watch a pretty funny wrap up of the year, Netflix brought out another movie. So last year they did it. They did Death to 2020,
Oh yeah.
and they just released Death to 2021. So if you liked that funny, like satirical wrap up of 2020, then 2021. I thought they were both funny. I watched it today, so I'll give that a watch.
I'll put it on a list of things that you've recommended that I watched and haven't done yet. I don't know why I'm like this.
Yeah, I don't either. Probably the worst.
That's happened a couple times too, because you're like, I'm gonna recommend this movie to you, and I'm like, yeah, check it out, and then like a month later, I'll
You
be
know,
like, dude, that movie.
I've been
was
thinking
great.
about something for a couple weeks now.
Oh no. Okay, so this isn't really a uplifting story or anything, but I thought it was very interesting.
Okay.
Have you heard about this thing going on in Colorado with this guy who is a trucker who was in a fatal car crash and he was given a 110-year sentence? Did you hear about this
yeah.
thing?
So I've heard some of it, right? Like, so he was driving tired. He was driving well past like what he should have been driving, and he fell asleep at the wheel and killed someone, right?
Mhm. Right.
So that's about all I know. Because
So that, I mean, that's, I can't remember. There's a couple people I think he killed. Like,
a lot. Okay.
Not like a lot, but I think there was four. Four killed in an interstate crash. The driver was driving 85 mile an hour in a semi-tractor trailer. And in 2019 also.
Yeah.
He told investigators at the time that his brakes failed. He crashed. 28-car pileup on I-70 that killed 4 people, injured others.
God.
The 110-year sentence, which was handed down just a week or two ago,
Okay.
has drawn scrutiny, and nearly 5 million people have signed a petition asking Governor Jared Polis to reduce his sentence or grant clemency. One of these people is Kim Kardashian, which she's like real big into this, like getting people off of crazy sentence. Like she met with old Donnie about stuff like this. But the issue is that this guy did not take a plea deal. He fought it in court and lost.
Yeah.
And because he did that, all of the different fucking laws that he broke tacked on, and they were like, yeah, so like all of these laws that he broke, they had to give him, and that's a minimum. The 110 is a minimum, 110-year minimum sentence of all of those. So now, I think it's there's a hearing to consider resentencing him. And it's crazy because he doesn't have any priors, literally no prior arrests, no traffic tickets, nothing. It's just a freak deal. And there's like a trucker group, like a trucker coalition fucking thing where they're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
He got screwed on this deal. Like, he should definitely have to do some kind of jail time, obviously. Like, we're not saying he should just walk free, but 110 fucking years? Really, dude? Like, there's people who have killed people on purpose in Colorado who are only serving 30 years. You know what I mean? So they're like, hey, can you fucking, I don't know, check out this law? They're like, figure it out. But if he would have pled, like taken a plea deal, I don't think he would have been serving any of that time like that, because the prosecutor would have been like, all right, we're going to take this and this, and we're going to only charge you with this, and then throw that out. And they work with them a little bit since they're pleading. But he's like, nah, fuck that. I'm not pleading to jack shit. And they're like, all right, 110 years. He's like, ugh.
That just seems excessive, right? Like, so
Yeah.
even whenever someone has like killed a bunch of people and they're like, they're going to serve 200, like 6 life sentences. Like, that's ridiculous. Just give them life without the possibility of parole, because then they're in there forever. That's life. You don't got like, and then this guy obviously doesn't deserve life in prison, but that's what they're giving him. 110 years, he's never getting out. Are you fucking kidding me? Because like, what if 110 years you get like the possibility of getting out halfway through? So 55 years he might be able to like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Oh, good.
Go no, sorry.
Well, The first judicial district attorney, Alexis King, said her office will probably recommend a sentence of 20 to 30 years, which is a little more reasonable than 110. And even the judge, after this whole fucking thing, was like, yeah, I mean, I literally can't do anything. Like, these are the minimums, so sorry about it. The prosecutors at the time were like our hands, like, everybody involved in this fucking thing is like, nah, man. But that's the way the fucking cookie crumbles in this, and like the way some of these things are worded in different laws and different things. It's like, you can't really fucking do fuck all until somebody changes it. And I got into a discussion with somebody about this, and they're like, well, you can't just change the laws. Like, oh, no, you definitely can. Like, that's why they're there. Is like, if there's somebody goes, hey, this law's fucked up, let's change it, make it a little more effective, then it's changed. And they're like, well, yeah, but that won't get him out of prison. I was like, he can appeal after the law gets changed. What are you fucking talking? Like, do you not understand how anything works? Or are you just like being confrontational?
There should definitely be a caveat, right? Like another rule in there that's like, all right, cool, they've got all these charges, right? And it's gonna exceed their lifetime. Then there should be something in there to go, all right, we can like reasonably back it up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I think the judge should have a little bit of power to, within reason, knock some of that crazy shit down. Like, do we really need 110 years when 20 to 30 from the fucking district attorney sounds good enough to them? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And the dude's 26, so, 136-year-old man walking out of prison doesn't seem like it's... But who knows?
No.
With advances in modern technology, maybe
Whoa.
he could live to be 120, 130 years old.
Watch what you talk about. Let's take our video down again.
Oh, shit. Yeah, fuck. That was a quote from a fictional comedy, Talladega Nights. Close one.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how much of the Joe Rogan podcast you watch, or how long you've ever watched, or if you've ever watched one all the way through. So there was a young gentleman, who was on like a while ago, and he's the guy who wanted to clean up the ocean. He's gonna build a thing to clean up some of the ocean. You remember that?
Yeah.
So, this year, his fucking thing, cleaned out 20,000 pounds of trash from the ocean.
Wow.
Huh?
Said wow.
Oh, I thought you said how. I was like, do I look like a fucking scientist? Don't ask me that question. This is how we got banned. Boyan Slat is the kid's name. And he's Dutch, obviously. Let's look at that name. Boyan. Also, if your name's Boyan, you kind of have to do something with water, right? Like, that's basically buoyant. And, yeah, I mean, you're pretty much bound.
That's insensitive.
Yep. Anyway, I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how big that, like, floating plastic shit in the ocean still is.
It's probably gigantic still.
Yeah.
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch?
Yeah.
Kids? Wait.
Yep.
Yep. Nailed it. Oh, man. And then one of the last cool things that I fucking saw, and then nobody ever talked about it ever again, was that Michelin had revealed they're working on an airless tire. They're puncture proof, they're airless, and what they are is basically, it's like, I don't know how to describe it, but so inside the actual the actual tire itself, there's like these slots, and they act as a resistor from keeping the rim separate from the actual wall of the tire. And instead of being filled with air, it's just naturally springing itself up, so it only condenses a certain amount. But they're, big deal, because between 1 and 1.8 billion tires are thrown away annually around the world. And these are made of half recycled. They're like half recycled. These fucking things.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. They look fucking weird. And I don't know how much it would cost to either retread them or what, but they're still pretty neat. It's neat that we're trying crazy stuff. Like, I saw that picture that kind of gets circled around every now and then where it's like these glowing tires from the 50s where they're like made out of certain material that like glows like fluorescent red.
Huh.
Like they're like hot brakes basically, but
Yeah.
they're tires and they're not hot, but they don't, I don't know, they're fucking weird. But
That was
like,
that was a great explanation.
yeah, well, like that's what it looks. I don't know how to fucking. That's the color. They're like they glow, like bright, but
You know
they're
why?
not on fire.
You know why they stopped doing them? Probably because they were fucking radioactive, and everyone who was around when they were created has got
Listen,
radioactive
a little
poisoning.
little bit of fucking radiation never hurt nobody. Okay, except for all the people like the radon girls and that one guy whose face melted off after he was drinking radon infused tea or whatever.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this was like right after they were like, dude, nuclear everything's the shit. And they just started putting radioactive shit in everything. And so like this one guy, like it was basically like the precursors of like Rippets or something. And it was a drink that they drank and it was radioactive. And
What
the guy
the
was like,
fuck?
fuck yeah, I drink this once a day. And his fucking face fell off. But he was fine in his short life. But you know what? It was cool.
What the? Okay.
That's all I got.
All right.
That's all I got, dude.
So you remember a couple years ago there was that shit that came out called CRISPR.
Oh yeah, the genetic modification people.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, hold on to your fucking socks because earlier this week they
Oh,
were
boy.
they were able to use CRISPR to act like
Clone Santa.
no to
Oh.
to force mice to have whatever gender they wanted them to have,
Oh.
which is just like the stepping stone.
Yep. Here we go. Wait, don't talk about it.
Yeah. But they are doing that. That's a proven thing. We're not saying anything bad.
We're not gonna tag it.
We're not going to tag it because YouTube will come at us for spreading misinformation apparently because everything is a lie.
Yep. I feel like Alex Jones right now. Don't sue me.
Please.
We can't afford it. That's fucking wild. It reminds me of that movie with Ethan Hawke.
And the movie is
I can't remember what it's called.
what the way to bring it up.
Yeah. Well, fucking, Ethan Hawke movie.
You know, whenever you do this, you add nothing to the conversation.
Fuck you. It's called Gattaca, first of all. You piece of shit. And what it is rich people have their babies, but before they have their babies, they have the doctor go, hey man, your baby's gonna be fucking one-armed or some shit. And they're like, fix it. And then they fix it before the baby comes out. And those are like the cool people, right?
Yeah.
But then like there's normal people who don't get any fixed stuff. They're just normal. They get bornificated. And it's a pretty good movie. 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb. 1997, got Ethan Hawke and Jude Law, so can't go wrong there.
All right. In other news, have you ever just looked at a horse and been like, I wonder what that tastes like?
Yep.
Well, you're in luck. There's a chip company called Illegal Chips that make horse meat flavored chips.
What? Illegal chips?
It's on a website called Say SAY we w with WEEE.com. And the chips, I can't figure out where the chips are from exactly, but I'm guessing it's America, right? It's because like everything,
know.
at least like everything, everything written on the packaging is in English. Okay, so maybe it's. But yeah, horse meat flavored chips. So if you are interested in eating horse meat flavored chips, check out
Well, it's just flavored, right?
yeah, horse
it's
meat
not
flavored.
Like... Oh, okay.
But still, you just said what I had thought before. I wonder what horses taste like. So if these chips taste like horse meat,
what other flavors are they trying?
I don't know. I just found those and I was like, this is amazing. I figured out and I wanted to talk about it. But they're also vegan and kosher, so there you go.
There you go. It reminds me of what's it called? There's this show called Nathan For You,
Yeah.
and he's basically just goes around and terrorizes small business owners, but to the amusement of his watchers.
Yeah.
And this one time he goes to a froyo place, and he's like, "You should make a shit flavored frozen yogurt." And so he somehow convinces the people to let him run it.
Of course
and
he
goes
does.
to like a flavor people, and they make a frozen yogurt that tastes like shit.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, but it's crazy that they can do that. That they're just like, you know what? I want something that tastes like this, and then they just make it. Science. What do they think of next?
What do they think of next?
Airless tires, shit flavored yogurt, horse flavored chips.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a crazy time to be alive. Gender specific mice.
Dude, I want all of my mice to be specifically female. So that they can
mice harem, huh?
Dude, so that they can make more mice and then I can just have think about how many mice I could have in a year with a bunch of female mice.
Yeah, but how are you gonna have more mice if you only have female mice?
I'll have one male mouse, obviously.
Okay, and then in one generation, they're all gonna be inbred. So
It doesn't work. Animals doesn't work like that with animals. They can do that.
Have you never seen like a tiger with Down syndrome, or the reason like certain dog breeds have shitty hips? It definitely still works like that.
Oh man, Down syndrome tiger. All right. All right.
Google it. Google it.
The segment you've all been waiting for. Billboard.
Oh,
The Billboard 200 Top 10.
Post Christmas, so I wonder if it's changed.
I'm really shocked.
Yeah.
So at number 130, Adele. No surprise there. She's gonna rule the world one day.
Yep.
It's a joke. YouTube. It's a joke.
She rules my world. Not a joke.
Debuting at number 2, Fighting Demons by Juice WRLD, which I thought he was dead, but whatever.
Super dead. He's pulling a Tupac.
Number 3, down for number 2, Red by Taylor Swift. Number 4.
Taylor's version.
Yeah, whatever. Red. Number 4, Christmas, Michael Bublé.
Oh, I heard he doesn't want to bang Santa, and everybody's mad about it.
Oh man. Number 5, Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. Number 6, Dangerous double album, Morgan Wallen.
Just sitting tight.
Number
Sitting tight at number 6.
Number 7, Merry Christmas, Mariah Carey. Number 8, A Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack. Number 9, Certified Lover Boy, Drake. Number 10,
Ooh.
Hall of Fame, Polo G.
Oh.
All right, well, the rest of the music albums. 11 is The Christmas Song by Nat King Cole. Then you got A Christmas Gift for You from Phil Spector at number 14.
What?
And then
He kills people.
The Best of the Pentatonics, Christmas.
Oh.
And then Andy Williams, Christmas. And then Christmas Classics. So,
how long do you think before Christmas songs dip out? Is it going to be like next week or 2 weeks from now?
I think 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like get past New Year's and everything, because there's still some people who just won't let go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Christmas.
If you like this show and you want to be a supporter, then you can head over to Linktree/wokpod. That's WOKPOD.
Yup.
I would normally tell you to go to YouTube, but they're assholes. So if you want to catch all of our episodes, no matter what, then just listen to it. Because apparently the video is the devil and the audio is still up everywhere else you listen to the podcast.
Yeah. Also,
okay.
if you don't want to be a Patreon person, which it'd be cool because you get your name read out at the beginning of the show, pretty sweet. You could give us a review, update. Fucking Spotify, you can review now, so that's pretty cool.
That's pretty dope.
Got a 5-star review. Hoping to keep that trend going.
What?
Yep. I get one of my friends said that they reviewed us today, but it takes a couple days to show up. So, yeah. And if you don't want to do that, just hit the little share button, post it on your wall, on your Facebook, your MySpace, your Twitter. Send it to your grandma. She'll probably complain how many times we cuss, but that's fine. We're used to it. Yeah.
Yeah. We want to thank our friends, Dutch and Denver podcast, Kicking It With the Kellys, The Remedy Room, No New Friends podcast. That's everybody.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.